Iranian citizens are leaving Islam and converting to Christianity in record-breaking numbers, despite increased government effort to stop the movement. Stay tuned as I investigate what's happening in Iran. A little over a year ago, the Iranian government admitted that Christianity was growing rapidly in parts of the country, a fact independent observers had remarked upon for years. Since then, the government has attacked the problem on two fronts. On the one hand, millions of dollars have been spent on propaganda to promote Islam. This despite the populace being 99% Muslim, at least according to official statistics. On the other hand, efforts to arrest and otherwise intimidate new converts were stepped up. The few legal churches have closed, and the government cracked down on publishing Christian material. CBN News reports. The Iranian youth are becoming increasingly distant from Islam, which is becoming a great concern for the Iranian government. Just last year, after Ayatollah Makarem Shirazi expressed his concern over the popularity of Christianity in the suburbs of Mashhad, the city's religious and political officials immediately sent a large number of Islamic teachers and preachers to the suburbs to turn the youth away from Christianity. A wave of arrests and harassment of Christian converts came shortly after, and many faced long-term prison sentences and heavy bails for their temporary release. None of these efforts have worked, however, as Christianity continues to grow in the country. Against all odds, Christianity continues to see massive gains in the Islamic Republic of Iran. Islamic clerics are warning against the spread of Christianity, house churches are routinely targeted by authorities, and conversion to Christianity is actually viewed as an action against national security in parts of the country. But none of these threats are stopping the rapid growth of people converting to followers of Christ. Indeed, the growth is not just continuing, but accelerating. For example, Heart for Iran Ministries reports that its call center has registered an all-time high of more than 3,000 monthly conversions over each of the past 3 months. This represents a 1,000% increase compared to the same period of last year. If the same pattern holds true for the whole nation, we could be talking about 200,000 to 300,000 new Christians this year alone. What is driving this awe-inspiring growth? Voice of the Martyrs Tom Nettleton explains.
The people of Iran have seen the true face of Islam. Their government says, we are doing everything according to the Quran. We're doing everything according to Islamic principles. And they've said that for the last 40 years. And yet today you have one of the highest drug addiction rates in the world. You have corruption. You have an economy that's in shambles. And the people look at that and say, wait a minute, if this is what 40 years of Islam has done, what are the other options? What else is out there? And so many Iranians would tell you, I'm not a Muslim, I'm an atheist. Many would tell you, I'm not a Muslim, I don't believe anything. But many, thousands, tens of thousands, have come to know Christ in the course of that 40 years under Islamic rule.
People have seen the effects of Islam, and they don't like it. They are promised a utopia in the Islamic Revolution, but instead got government oppression, personal depression, and general hopelessness. Through it all, however, a few brave souls have found Jesus and the peace that only He can provide. And now they're spreading that message, regardless of the consequences.
Ibrahim Fairuzi is one of those who is an apostate. He left Islam. He's a follower of Jesus Christ. He was first arrested in 2010, and he ended up spending 7 years in prison. 7 out of the last 10 years he's been in prison. Here's the thing that comes through, though, in his testimony and as he shared. He has an amazing sense of peace. In fact, he talked about in the interview, listen, I made a great deal. I served 6 years in prison, and I get to have eternity with Christ. So really, I got the much better end of that arrangement.
Well put. What is 6 years in jail compared to an eternity of freedom? In Iran, the truth is setting people free. Thanks for watching.